like I say, masturbation is personal sex abuse. It starts there. Not even that somebody did it to you.
You did it to yourself.
You did it to yourself. You do, and let nobody tell me that masturbation is part of your sexuality development. Your sexuality is the fact that, yes, you're going to have sexual urges. Of course you're going to have sexual urges, for goodness sake. You are human. Yes. You were created for sex. Yes. God created the human being, male and female, for sex. Please. Sex was created by God. It wasn't created in a porn movie somewhere.
Hi there. You're very welcome to the Celebrity Corner of Lifelines with Mima. You will not believe who I have in the house today. With all honor and joy, I welcome and I introduce to you Pastor Mrs Dayo Bengamin Laniyi. She is an enterprise communicator and the CEO of Doxa Communications. A very warm welcome to you, Ma.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring us with your presence.
Thank you.
I feel elated and happy to have you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, for me, it's always, every time I'm like on set with, someone new, someone hosting, it's special. And it's a privilege, and I celebrate you.
Thank you.
And your entire team.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Okay, Ma. You have a lot of qualities that many of us look up to. We want to be like you in so many ways. But, of course, we can't get everything off you today. But could you just give us a little bit of advice on, how is it that a little bit of your story and then how we can also replicate what you have done and get to where you are?
Wow. That's a lot of questions rolled into one. Yeah. Let me first begin from the grateful Dayo. Okay. Because I'm always grateful for, in every opportunity, the story that I tell. Okay. It's my story, but I find that it's a story that continues to inspire people. And not just people, but even me. Yes. I love to tell youth, when I go to spend time with them, that, to talk with them and share with them. I say, when you go into a pharmaceutical store or something, you want to buy a drug, you're going to check the NAFDAC number, right? Now, if the seal is broken, are you taking it? If you get to a party and you sit down and they've put the water bottles in front of you or your drinks and it's been opened, do you drink it?
You won't.
Exactly. Someone's messed with your bottle. Why do you let people mess with you? Wow. Why do people let come touch you up, touch you wrong? Wow. I tell my sons, I say, you know what, guys? Let no girl take ownership of your stuff. You understand? There's some things on DPs that have no business being on anybody's DP. True. You understand? You got to keep your bumsy. I tell people, I got a bumsy too, but I know how to package my market. You understand? It's mine. It's yours. You understand? Don't make it something that, even when you go into a pharmacy, there's stuff, there are drugs. My husband's a pharmacist. But there's stuff you buy on the open shelf. Then there's stuff you don't get except the prescription. Make sure you're prescription only. Wow. Make sure you're prescription only. I like that. You understand? Have, not just some dignity, have all your dignity in place. Correct. I tell my son, they say, okay, how do you find it? How do you know what? That's the problem. You sample so much when you get into marriage. You are in trouble. Not sure what sample you are with. Which one is even good or bad? Meanwhile, that's that's what you find. In marriage, sex continues. It's a lifetime thing. It's a discovery you should keep finding out. Positionally and every other way. Yes. Because the marriage bed is undefiled. True. However, if stuff has happened, I tell myself, go and repackage. I tell if you've already done it, it's never too late to go back. Stuff happens to a lot of things if you've been violated, or if, like I say, masturbation is personal sex abuse. It starts there. Not even that somebody did it to you. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. You do, and let nobody tell me that masturbation is part of your sexuality development. Your sexuality is the fact that, yes, you're going to have sexual urges. Of course you're going to have sexual urges, for goodness sake. You are human. Yes. You were created for sex. Yes. God created the human being, male and female, for sex. Please. Sex was created by God. It wasn't created in a porn movie somewhere. That is a perversion. But the truth of the matter is, what has happened these days is people think that it's something you separate from something else. Why you sneak around doing it? That's not sneak around doing it. You are born to do it.
Yeah.
So wait for the time to do it. Meanwhile,
do
you
it well.
get the urges, but manage your urges. You're not a dog. I love dogs. I rear dogs.
Okay.
But even my dogs go on heat. It's seasonal.
Seasonal. It's not all the time.
It's seasonal.
It's not
It
all
happens
the
on
time.
a season for a season, and even then we have to arrange the mating.
Who comes together?
I don't just leave my dog that is a female dog, which quote unquote is a bitch. That's what a bitch is.
Yes.
Actually, it's a female dog, not a human dog.
Yes. Wow.
Now, when she goes on heat, I choose which stud comes to my bitch.
Okay.
I am not a human bitch for any stud on the street. Even my dog, I guide.
I hope you have learned something new today. Before we go, I'd like to put a word out there. For young ones, girls and boys, remember that sex is a beautiful thing. It's a sacred thing. It's not just what happens anyhow. Therefore, you should stay away from anybody that pushes you into it too early. Of course, you know that there's the risk of STDs and problems that will come with it. The responsibility and the risk of bringing a child into this world that will be labeled illegitimate. What would happen if you started too early and you catch something, HIV, hepatitis B, and the likes of them? How would your life be? What would you do? These are the questions you should ask yourself before you start doing this thing. And as parents, I want to encourage all of us out there to talk to both our boys and the girls. Even men should be encouraged to keep themselves until their wedding night. At the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing if you both discover it together and grow together in a beautiful way. It is too risky, too painful, and too uncertain for you to want to do it too early. Most of the time, this person you lose your virginity to doesn't end up marrying you. The love just lasts for a little while because as teenagers, you don't even know what life is going to bring your way. Therefore, please be careful. Take it seriously and stay away from anybody that pushes you to do something that is wrong. Till I see you next time, don't forget that you don't need to go through life's issues alone. You know why? Mima cares.